Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining us. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight, we are talking about the Michael Joseph Vaughan case out of Fruitland, Idaho. And we have a special guest in the house tonight. My dear friend, Samantha from PNW True Crime Revisited, who is truly an expert on this case, truly an expert on this case, knows everything inside and out. Now, I've followed Michael Vaughan's case for quite a while, but she follows it religiously, and God bless you for that. Sam, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Oops. I think you're cutting out. Is it me or is it Sam? We was just talking just fine backstage. That's the way it worked. There we go. I hear you fine now. We're good. Okay. We're good. Okay.
How you doing, thanks girl? For having me.
Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Put a 1 in the chat if you are familiar with Michael Vaughan's case out of Fruitland, Idaho. Little Michael right there, 5 years old, from Fruitland, Idaho. He is one of the, put a 2 in chat if you're not familiar with it. I want to make sure we get, people a little bit caught up on this case if they're not familiar with it. Yeah, Bigfoot. Sam has done an amazing job. She has. She has. Okay, so there's a few of you in here. There's a few of you in here that. So, Sam, do you want to just kind of do an overview of who Michael is?
Joseph Vaughan was abducted.
Oops. Okay. You were cutting out a second. Let's try it now. Try it again.
Michael Joseph Vaughan is a 5-year-old little boy who was abducted in Fruitland, Idaho on July 27th of 2021. He wandered away from his home while his father, Tyler Vaughan, was inside the house changing his baby sister's diaper, ordering some pizza, waking baby Sissy up, and Michael left the house. His father, Tyler, saw him in the living room prior to going into the bedroom to wake the baby up and order the pizza. And he wandered, they believe, out the back door and then through the garage and through the garage door. And we know that Michael scent dog picked up his last scent on 9th in Arizona, which is not even a house away from the Vaughn's house. It's literally a house, a house and a half away. And there's been 4 named suspects in Michael Vaughan's abduction: Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Adrian Lucian, and Brandon Shirtliff. Sarah Wondra is the only woman of the house. She is married to Stacey Wondra, who's the man underneath her. Adrian Lucian is there on the left-hand side up at the top. Brandon Shirtliff is down on the bottom. They are 4 named suspects in this case. Stacey Wondra's trial is coming up in September. Not very far away, just a couple months. The pre-trial is August 4th, right around the corner, just a few weeks away. These 4 suspects were just 4-minute walk from the Vaughan family home.
Yeah. So if you see my mouse right here, this is where, like, BRANDI, this is where Michael lived, right? And this is the perpetrator's home, but he was taken from this area, right?
Nope. Go down. Nope. Come down, Arizona, right here. Keep going. Keep going down to that right there. That is where
He's taken right on the
Michael
corner.
Joseph Vaughan was taken.
Taken right on the fucking corner. I mean, we're talking feet from the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so close to the house. Um, I get a lot of questions. When are the other suspects going to be arrested? Sarah Wondra is currently serving time in prison on unrelated charges, and she's going to be released in October of 2026, actually October 26th. And when she is released, she is going to be arrested for and charged with first-degree murder and second-degree kidnapping, just like Stacey Wondra. He was also serving time in prison down in Arizona on unrelated pew charges, and they extradited him back to Fruitland as soon as he finished his prison sentence. And that's exactly what they're going to do to Sarah. And from what I understand, Brandon Shurtleff and Adrian Lucian are coming next. They're taking them down like dominoes. And they cannot try. This is another question that I get. Fruitland is a little bitty, tiny little town. Okay. They do not have enough, prosecuting attorneys,
money.
and
It's a lot
all
of
that
money.
kind of stuff. Yeah. So it would be very difficult to do it and do it right if they tried to charge all of them at the same time, because every single one of them deserve and have to have a speedy trial.
Yep.
And doing that, they could possibly, one of these guys, get away.
Yeah, we can't.
You got one chance.
Can't allow that. You got one shot. Yeah, I mean, you really do. This is one of the few cases that I have ever covered where actually it was just an unknown perpetrator or perpetrators in this case that actually did something, because usually it's someone extremely close to the family, or not, usually it's the family or someone extremely close to the victim, right?
Right.
In this case, it was physically, they lived close, right? But there was no connection to Michael.
None. Complete stranger abduction, which is absolutely so rare. So rare.
Very, 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 very rare.
I think it's like 3 to 5% chance that a child is abducted by a stranger.
Oh, it's it may be even less than that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's at least around 3%, 2 to 3%.
Yeah. It's not much. It's not much. So there's been a lot of new filings out in Stacey Wondra. Again, for those of you that don't know who Stacey Wondra is, I've talked to Stacey Wondra. You've talked to Stacey, haven't you? You ever talked to
I have him up on my panel, and I let the mother of Michael Vaughan, BRANDI Vaughan, join me on panel, and she talked with Stacey Wondra.
Stacey's the big guy down here in Orange. He's not as big anymore. He can't drink his gallons of milks that he likes a day, probably. But he's the first one that's in going to trial right now. And with these new documents, oh my God, do you want to talk about, for those of the people that don't know about this case, because I'm really trying to get more people involved in Michael's case right now. I think obviously you are too, but because this the trial's coming up. Can you talk about just the despicable things that happened that day? What the filings talk about how Michael was abducted, where they took him, when they came back, all of that. Because it's bad. It's bad, guys. It's really bad.
Trigger warning for everybody, please protect your mental health, because it is really bad. I went to Stacey Wondra's preliminary hearing in Fruitland, Idaho, and met BRANDI Vaughan and her family, met the district attorney, many law enforcement agents that they're in Fruitland. And got to hear a lot of testimony, not only from cadaver dogs and stuff, but also the confession footage when Stacey Wondra talked to detectives. Um, he had spoken with them several times, but one in November of 2022, when he spoke with detectives, he told detectives that his wife, Sarah Wondra, kidnapped Michael Vaughan, and that Adrian Lucien and Brandon Shurtleff helped. They brought him in the home, and Sarah was holding Michael very tightly because he was trying to wiggle around to get loose.
Yeah,
Of course,
he's scared, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He said that Sarah proceeded to put him on the couch, where they then handed him a dog toy to play with. Stacey Wondra claims that he went into the bedroom after that because he was flabbergasted and disgusted with the idea that they had decided to take a child. He said that he told Sarah and Adrian and Brandon to call the police and report it like they would. I personally do not believe that Stacey Wondra ever went into the bedroom. I think
either.
that he had helped in all of it.
Yeah, me too, because he was looking earlier that day.
Yes, he was. Anita Kelleher, which is one of the detectives on Michael's case, said that she saw video footage of Stacey Wondra at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon, the day that Michael was abducted, at the splash pad. Stacey Wondra said that he had lost his chew and that he pulled into the splash pad to get out of the car and get the chew from the, he was too big to lean over to get his chew, so he had to get out of the car. But Stacey Wondra never opened up the door. Instead, he was checking the door handle. He walked around the back of the car. This is per Juanita Kelleher's testimony, that he was looking around as if he was looking to see if anybody was watching him, and then proceeded to wave at children at the splash pad. He left there and then went to a skate park. And that video that Juanita Kelleher saw is the reason why she decided to look more into the Wondras.
God bless. God bless for that.
He was out searching for a child, as they all had planned on doing.
Yeah, he was hunting. And, you always got to think of, like, what's the motive behind these four, right? And usually, sadly, it's SCX, what I mean? In this case, I think it was money. They thought that they were going.
Right. Stacey Wondra said that Adrian Lucien and Sarah came up with a plan to kidnap a child and to sell Michael Vaughan for $10,000 each. So all four suspects. Then there's no amount of money. You can't put a price on a child.
No,
and I think it's very insulting, $40,000 to, and then Michael ends up deceased because of their actions. Because here Sarah Wondra puts him on the couch. Michael is screaming, yelling, please, please protect your mental health, you guys. This is really bad stuff. Yelling and screaming for his mom. Sarah Wondra and Adrian Lucien start screaming at him back, telling him to shut up. Adrian Lucien says, "I'm the boss. Shut up." Sarah Wondra says, "Your mama doesn't love you. Shut up." So here you have suspects saying horrific things to a child. And because Michael's voice is so high-pitched, and if you've ever heard his little sister, her voice is the same high-pitched voice. And I believe they panicked when they couldn't quiet him down. And that's when they made the decision. Yeah, Stacey. Well, no, and they had kidnapped a child from their own neighborhood. And it's not going to be a matter of time before people are knocking on your door, and now they're really panicking. And Stacey said that while he was in his bedroom, he heard the sound of duct tape. And when he went out into the living room, Michael had been duct taped at his mouth, his feet, his hands. He said that Michael
Yes.
was put into a duffel bag and that they covered him with clothing. There were a couple of people that Stacey Wondra sat in prison with that told detectives that Stacey Wondra had told them that they used insulin for a diabetic on Michael.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that part.
Again, this is all on the word of Stacey Wondra, who is a habitual liar.
Well, yeah, he's lied to our face, that's for sure.
Yeah. Sarah Wondra is a diabetic, and there was insulin in the home. There's only a few things that happen. I am also a type 2 diabetic. My daughter is a type 1 diabetic. She takes insulin. And there's only 3 things that come out of giving a child insulin that is not a diabetic. 1, they're going to fall asleep if given very little. If given a medium amount, they could go into a coma. And given a lot of insulin, Michael Vaughan could have passed before ever leaving Fruitland.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carla. So after, okay, so they put him in this, and then they after that, where did they take him to?
Well, in court documents, in the probable cause affidavit, and at the preliminary hearing, you hear about a phone conversation that Brandon Shurtleff told detectives about, and it was a phone conversation with Stacey Wondra that they came up with and created an alibi, and that alibi was going to be going to his mother's house, going to Brandon Shurtleff's mother's house in Kuna, Idaho. So they put Michael in the bed of the truck. They left the neighborhood with Michael in the bed of the truck. Stacey Wondra said they pulled over at 8th in Arizona because Michael was screaming and they wanted to check on him. So Brandon Shurtleff got out of the truck, walked around to the back to check on Michael, and then when he got back in the vehicle, they proceeded to go to Kuna, where
And
Stacey
how far is
says
Kuna? About 40 minutes? 45 minutes?
Yeah. It's like 35 to 45 minutes, I want to say, depending on traffic. I know BRANDI says that the traffic's horrible, so, I mean, give or take. They get to Kuna, and Stacey Wondra says that Brandon Shurtleff gets out of the truck, grabs his backpack and the duffel bag with Michael Vaughan in it, and he went into his mother's, Brandon Shurtleff went into his mother's home, left Michael in the spare bedroom of his mother's home. And just for those of you that may not know, Brandon Shurtleff's mother was out of town during this time. So she wouldn't have any knowledge of any of that until later on, and she tries really hard to protect her son. And Stacey says that he got back into the truck and they towed Brandon Shurtleff's car back to Fruitland.
Yeah, that was the excuse. The excuse was their alibi was they went to tow a car at his mother's house. That was their alibi. But they failed to mention they kidnapped a child, duct taped him, threw him in a duffel bag on the way there.
Right. And Stacey Wondra says that Brandon, Adrian, and Sarah went back to Kuna the next morning, got Michael Vaughan, who was now deceased, had passed. There's conflicting stories about whether or not Michael was alive. I don't believe that Brandon Shurtleff would leave an alive child in his mother's home. I mean, he could get free. He could make noises. Who knows? Stacey says that he accidentally suffocated, is what Sarah Wondra had told him,
You don't
and they
accidentally
brought
suffocate. I just want to say something. You don't accidentally suffocate when you kidnap a child and even, put tape over their mouth. That's not accidentally. You know what I mean? Like he can
right.
say they accidentally suffocated. We didn't mean for him to die, but duct taping a 5-year-old's mouth,
Well,
so.
and then let's just put clothes on top of him while he's in that duffel bag,
Mhm.
and then put him in the bed of a truck going to Cuna when it's over 100 degrees outside.
Yes, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say when it's over 100 degrees outside, hottest day in
Right.
July.
It was very, very hot. But they got Michael Vaughan, according to Stacey Wondra, and brought him back to their Fruitland home. Yes, you heard that right. They brought him back to the Wondra's home. Stacey Wondra says that they buried him in the backyard that night. Juanita Kelleher, the detective, had even questioned that herself, because when they came to the Wondra's house August 1st, 2021, just 4 or 5 days after Michael Vaughan was abducted, they went to the house. She didn't see any dig marks. Adrian Lucian is hiding in the closet.
Yeah.
And these suspects started destroying all of the evidence that they possibly could. SIM cards, selling the couch, selling their Lexus, letting their GMC truck, the one they used to go to Cuna in, get repoed. Sarah even making a comment, oh boy, the repo company is going to love us because, we're not going to throw a fit when they come and repo the truck. And then the police department reports that truck was cleaned, spick and span, inside and out. And if you know the Wondras, they're disgusting. They're gross.
They are human swine.
Usually their vehicles are full of fast food restaurant
and
cups,
spit
and gross and spit cups and everything, because Stacey Wondra chews. They're just disgusting. All 4 of the suspects and their phones deleted any messages, everything from their phone from July 27th of 2021. They sold phones. They got new phones several times from the day that Michael was abducted until November, December of 2021. Gosh, there's so much evidence that they destroyed. So much evidence. You have Brandon shirtless, steam cleaning the carpets. You have Brandon Shirtlift's mother telling detectives that her son had a phone conversation with Sarah Wondra, and that entire phone conversation was to verify what he was supposed to tell police, because he was going down to the police station. So he has to verify his story with Sarah Wondra. His own mom threw him under the bus, the one and only time she ever helps law enforcement do anything. We have cadaver dogs that have hit in the backyard, and I learned today, after going over new court documents, that 10 cadaver dogs hit in the Wondra's backyard. Yeah,
10.
10. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 10.
10 dogs. 10. 1 0.
Yeah. And that was November 12th of 2022.
We was thinking, we thought 3 originally, didn't we? 3 or 4, wasn't it?
I believe it was, well, I heard 3 or 4, and then I found out 6. But now, after going over court documents, what the defense wrote was 10 cadaver dogs. And then you have cadaver dogs hitting
10 dogs
at Tina Mariel's
so they
house.
Have really oh man, it's screwed up. So we've got July 30th, 2021. This is just a few days after Michael vanished, right? We've got that cadaver dog. Cadaver teams around the neighborhood. July 31st, 2021. another cadaver dog around the neighborhood. And then we got August 1st, they're searching around the splash pad and the drainage area. Banshee, that dog's amazing. Amazing.
It was the scent
August,
dog.
yeah, he was a live scent dog. August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. August 7th, August 11th as well. So these dogs have did amazing, absolutely amazing.
And the two
Go
cadaver
ahead.
dog women that testified at the preliminary hearing, they're oh my gosh, they are amazing women, and they would not let that defense attorney in any way, shape, or form trick them into saying anything other than the fact that their dogs alerted in the Wandra's yard. And
Mm-hmm.
Dustin Witt, who had Banshee, the scent dog handler, he used Michael Vaughan's shoe on August 2nd. And in that neighborhood, that dog hit in every location Michael Vaughan or the tricycle was, because this new thing with a tricycle had came forward. Dorothy Starkey, the next door neighbor, reported to detectives a couple of days after Michael was abducted that she saw Michael riding a pink tricycle on
Mm-hmm.
Meadowlark and Red Wing, which is right there on the corner next to the Wanderer's house. Carson Starkey told detectives that he saw a tricycle sitting behind the fence at the Wanderer's
Mm-hmm.
house, which is where the scent dog hit there, and at the corner of Meadowlark and Red Wing. They hit at the garage where the tricycle had been stored because Sarah Wandra's mother found the pink tricycle in spring of 2021 and then stored that tricycle in her daughter's garage along with all of their other stuff. So this dog hits at the Wandra's home out of 300 homes in the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and then hits on a bush down the bluff where the tricycle had been thrown, discarded of, because they're getting rid of evidence.
Yes.
And even though the tricycle wasn't there, there was testimony by the guy that found that tricycle down in the bluff and had took it home to try to fix it.
Yep.
And when, that didn't work, he put it next to the bluff sign. So this scent dog, Banshee, hits in every single location this tricycle was that Michael Vaughan was on.
Yes.
Every location.
Thank you, Stacey. 28 months. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. This is the day Michael went missing, July 27th.
Mm-hmm.
And this is this is a picture of Stacey. And then they took pictures of the car VIN as well. And then I forget why I circled this. Do you remember what that picture is of?
Was it
Sarah's
the butt of the
hat.
GUN?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't
I know
remember.
that he kept some pictures on his phone, like this VIN to the car that they towed.
Mm-hmm.
That's to be able to have that alibi on his phone. Although they all deleted everything from the day that Michael Vaughan was abducted, he leaves certain things on his phone, like to give like a location or something.
Mm-hmm. This is their backyard where Michael was buried. They tore up this backyard. I mean, tore it up.
They took 200 yards of dirt. And if you guys don't know how much that is, that's say like a small Toyota pickup truck. That's 200 beds. And they sifted through all that dirt. And they dug 4 feet down in that backyard to find Michael. And he was not found. But law enforcement believes that Michael Vaughan was moved from that backyard to whatever unknown location. And it is believed that Brandon Shirtliff knows and was
Oh,
the
yeah.
one who moved Michael Vaughan from the backyard to this unknown location.
He knows. He knows. He knows. They're watching us right now. You know that.
Oh, yes.
They're watching us right now.
They watch everything.
They do. Yep. Brandon, we are supporting Michael. Where is he, Brandon? Where is the duffel bag? Well, I asked, we've asked Brandon that a lot of times. I asked Stacey that when I talked to Stacey. It's like, I don't know where it's at. Don't know, Okay, so now Stacey Wondra, this guy, he's obviously been charged and he is at trial, right? Now, what's going on with the trial right now?
Everything.
They're trying to get a lot dismissed.
Cries victim. His rights have been violated, and then of course, he's done this for years and years on all of his other pew charges and everything else. Stacey Wondra takes no accountability for anything ever. He blames everything on his mental disabilities, which, by the way, I don't even think that they have really,
I'm sorry.
Evaluated him and his mental disabilities in quite a long time. So we're all going off of things that he was diagnosed with as a kid, and fetal alcohol syndrome, which also has to be determined by a very, very good doctor. He wants to blame everything that he does, everything, on his mental disabilities and his fetal alcohol syndrome, and claim that he is a victim, his rights have been violated, and that he gave a false confession to detectives.
Yeah.
Even though he has fetal alcohol syndrome, okay? And
he's still a manipulating prick.
Right? And even though he wants to claim coerced or whatever, Stacey Wondra could have given detectives any story. He could have said that the RSOs that lived next door to him did something. He could have said that Joe Blow Schmo from around the corner, that he saw something or whatever, but he didn't. He said that he saw his wife and his roommates abduct Michael. Then he proceeds to tell his story about how he went to Cuna, how Michael was duct taped and thrown into a duffel bag, how he suffocated. He gives this long story, although changing it multiple times, of course, because he is a habitual liar. And once he gets caught, he's got to change things up, right?
Yep.
So, he could have said anything, but he didn't. He blames his wife, his roommates, and, says that he saw it all. I can't make sense of that at all, because he could have said anything else.
Yeah. Now, he is a habitual liar. And just like Ginger said, just because you got fetal alcohol syndrome doesn't make you unalive babies.
Right, look at Brandi. Look how beautiful she is.
Yes, I was like, guys, this is the mother of Michael Joseph Vaughan, affectionately known to his family as Monkey. And Brandi and Tyler, Michael's parents, they have faced unimaginable challenges the last 5 years. You would not know it, but Brandi had a liver transplant. How long has it been now?
A little over a year.
Months? Has it been a year?
Yes, it has.
I was going to say 6 months. She was on the brinks of death.
She actually did die a few times and was brought back to life. Like she died and came back several times.
Samantha and I know this. Like, she's messaged us in the hospital, in her bed. And there was one time she messaged me. She was so sick. I didn't think she was going to live. I really didn't think she was going to live.
I didn't either.
And I thought, oh, Lord, but it's like I cannot thank God enough. She looks so good.
She looks amazing. She's a friggin' rock star, a
She is.
warrior. She has her channel, BRANDI NEAL Vaughan. She has
Yes.
started to do Monkey Mondays. She started to um, come up on my panel to start talking about everything that their family has gone through since Michael's disappearance, from details from the day he was abducted, months and months out. She's ready to tell Michael's story. She was too sick to do it, and she's actually had to start rewatching lives like your lives, Justin, my lives,
Yeah.
and everything, because the medicine that she was taking and how sick she was, she couldn't remember a lot of
Yep.
the stuff that happened. Now she's advocating hard, and she's not going to stop, and the Vaughn family is not going to stop until they get justice. And all they
Mm.
did was piss off a mama bear who's back, by the way, who's back and
Yeah.
very healthy, ready to just go as hard as she possibly can. So I encourage everybody to go over to her channel, subscribe, like, and comment everything. We're really trying to help her grow her channel because
Yes.
um,
Mods are
it's
dropping it in
important
chat.
to hear what these victims have gone through.
Yeah. Yeah. Mods are dropping Brandy's link in chat and your Samantha. Make sure you subscribe to both of them. For the replay crew, thank you so much for joining, watching, and the links for Samantha, my guest here today, and Brandy, the mother of Michael Joseph Vaughan. She has her own channel that she's talking about her son and fighting for justice to get these 4 monsters behind bars. 2 are currently behind bars. The other 2 will be behind bars soon, I'm sure. And so make sure you guys sub up. Thank you for subscribing, Enick. I really appreciate you guys for subscribing. I'm going to play this, if that's okay. Miss Samantha, I want to show this interview. Credit's going to go to our friends KTVB, and they've just done a great job on this.
Morgan's amazing. I met her at the
What's
preliminary
that?
hearing, and she goes so hard for Brandy and the family. Anytime Brandy needs anything, she'll contact Morgan with KTVB, and they do an amazing job on Michael's case.
They do a great job. They do a great job. And, you know, it's been 5 years, half of a decade when you think about it. Michael was 5 years old when he went missing. So as long as she had Michael, she's been fighting for him as well. That's a lot. That's a lot.
27th. Today is 1,813 days.
I just got to say, this is a mother. This is what a mother looks like. And even when Brandy was literally at death's door, she was fighting for Michael. There she is.
She's never stopped.
Never stopped. Never stopped. You know, it just is shocking to me how, you know, you see it. We see it. Some, you know, cases we cover, you just can't get the parents to get in front of even a camera to talk about their kid.
Oh, to see her get up in front of that camera, she does such an amazing job talking with the news reporters. She headed right out of that courtroom ready to do it. You know, she doesn't ever tell them no.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah. I mean, she's, you know, trying to get this out. You know, his trial's coming up and we need as many eyes on it as possible.
We now know what's next for the man accused of kidnapping and murdering Michael Vaughan in Fruitland in 2021. He was back in court today.
Here's this nasty son of a bitch. I can't stand him. I can't stand all 4 of them. I hope they both burn in the bottom of hell doing this to a 5-year-old child.
Welcome to the news at noon. I am Justin Core. With Stacey Wondra's trial scheduled for September, he had a status conference in Canyon County this morning. Wondra's defense filed multiple motions over the last month. Today, both sides worked with the judge to set dates for hearings on those motions. In one of the filings, Wondra's attorneys asked the Canyon County judge to dismiss the kidnapping and murder charges. They say prosecutors failed to show probable cause during Wondra's preliminary hearing earlier this year. Interviews between law enforcement and Wondra were shown during the multi-day hearing, in which his attorneys say Wondra, quote, speculated at the urging of the Fruitland Police Department as to what must have happened based on what he saw other people doing, end quote. The defense claims Wondra was not involved in the alleged kidnapping or killing, and the state didn't prove he was anything other than, quote, an observer.
You know what? You know what he tried to do? He tried to sue Fruitland County or Fruitland, Idaho Police Department, didn't he? It was at the state of Idaho. I can't remember. He tried to sue Josh, myself, and a couple other YouTubers. I said, bring it. Bring it, mother chicken. I want you to sue me.
In a handwritten document for, what was it? It was for millions of dollars. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, I would eat him for breakfast. I would eat him for breakfast.
Me too.
I'm telling you that. Such an idiot. Thank you, Summer Breeze. Appreciate you, darling. Good to see you. He's so dumb. He is just the dumbest thing.
ATV's Morgan Romero was in court today and spoke with Michael's mom, Brandy, after this brief hearing, as this month marks 5 years since Michael Monkey Vaughan disappeared.
Monkey's sisters and his brother, and his big sister's already finished high school. And Buggy just finished her kindergarten. And he didn't even get to start kindergarten because
God, this makes me emotional every time I see Brandy like this.
because of these monsters.
Fucking idiots. These fucking idiots, I tell you.
He should be here. We should not be happening to sit in this courtroom with this monster.
All the defense's recent motions will be taken up in Canyon County August 11th through the 13th. To this day, Michael's body has not been found.
Just a question. So these are these, is this his team right here?
Yeah. And then, well, the guy blue blazer here up close, that's Mike Duke. And then the woman sitting next to Stacey Wondra, and then there's two other attorneys of his, one sitting down on his side, and then the guy that's talking. And then there's several PIs. I just can't believe how much money they're putting into Stacey Wondra. It's actually kind of flabbergasting because I'm kind of just so many PIs and so many attorneys, and the public's paying for that.
Oh, I know. I want to talk about that in just a minute. What all they're doing. Mm-hmm. That's okay.
7th through the 13th. To this day, Michael's body has not been found. Meanwhile, the Vaughans are inviting the community to an event at Fruitland Community Park on July 27th, the anniversary of Michael's disappearance. Starting at 5 p.m., they'll have rock painting, fingerprinting, and later a candlelight vigil in Michael's honor.
Oh, bless him. I want to show one more that is Idaho News 6. That's okay. And then I want to talk about this trial, what his attorneys are doing, which I expected it, but it just still pisses you off. I'm going to go to Idaho 6 right here.
County neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez at the Canyon County Courthouse, where Stacey Wondra, the man charged in connection with the death and disappearance of 5-year-old Michael Vaughan, appeared in a courtroom Tuesday morning.
He should be here. We should not be happening to sit in this courtroom with this monster.
Michael's mom, Brandi, is making a point to sit in the courtroom for every hearing, as the 5-year anniversary for Michael's disappearance is approaching, and so is the trial in the case.
We're a week away from Michael's 5-year anniversary of being abducted, right?
Right. And
You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Mm-mm. Try again.
can you hear me now?
That's a little better. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
we go.
Brandy's going to be doing a press conference next Monday on the 27th.
Awesome.
And then she will be having the candle vigil there at the county park in Fruitland. So if
That's
you're
so
in the
good.
area, go support the family.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Against suspect Stacey Wondra. Idaho News 6 has been covering the case since 2021, but before a jury hears any evidence, the defense is asking the court to consider several motions, including a request to drop the murder charge. During Tuesday's status conference, attorneys confirmed they are still preparing for trial to start September 14th.
It does hit me like a ton of bricks, especially the one to dismiss. I just couldn't even believe that you would even think that. But I mean, it's in his rights to do that. So
Vaughan tells me she expects the defense to challenge evidence involving search dogs used to search Wondra's property in 2022. Idaho News 6 was there when Wondra's wife at the time, Sarah, was charged with failing to report Michael's death. But after the search found no body, her charges were eventually dropped. Those arguments are expected in court August 11th and 12th, with additional time reserved on August 13th if needed. More motions may be filed between now and then.
I honestly don't believe that there would be a judge that would look at all the information that was given at the preliminary hearing and say that there was not enough evidence there for probable cause.
The Vaughan
Absolutely.
family will mark 5 years since Michael's disappearance on July 27th.
So, and Brandy is absolutely right, and that's kind of what we were getting ready to talk about. Can we just talk about what the state has pointing to Stacey Wondra's, in my opinion, guilt?
Well, for one, they have his own statements, his own confessions.
Yes.
They have he's admitted to destroying evidence.
Yes.
They have all of the cadaver dogs and their handlers' testimony. The scent dog, the cadaver dogs, and now we know 10 cadaver dogs hidden in that backyard. And the Lexus and in Cuna, where Michael was taken. We know that Stacey Wondra wrote a Thanksgiving letter to the Vaughan family, telling the Vaughan family, what he had done.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to commit, he tried to off himself while he was in county jail. So, yeah, he's admitted that in the letter. The detectives never asked him to write that. He did it on his own accord. Oh, gosh.
Well, that's just the start of what they have.
Right.
But so
they have over 20,000 pages of discovery for court.
Right. So what about tell them about the Lexus, about what we were talking about earlier.
So in January of 2025, J.D. Huff, one of the detectives on the case, he requested in January of 2025 $6,000 to buy something of evidential value for Michael's case, wanting to take this $6,000 from Michael's reward fund. And the city allowed it. And I believe they purchased this Lexus car because inside the court documents, it talks about them allowing cadaver dogs to go to Fruitland where they have their evidence at and cadaver dogs alert to their Lexus. Now, the Lexus wasn't used. We don't know if it was used. Stacey Wondra didn't say that it was used to kidnap Michael, but since cadaver dogs alerted on it, there's only two reasons why cadaver dogs would alert on that Lexus. Either because that's the car they used to pick Michael up in Kuna and bring him back to Fruitland, or that was the car that was used to get Michael from the Wandra's backyard and move him to this unknown location.
So it's got to be one or the other. So that's how. So I'm assuming they bought the car back.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the car right down there, right? Isn't that the Lexus?
The Lexus is a white Lexus. So
Oh, that's
no,
right.
I think
Wait, I got the
that
picture
that's
somewhere.
her Toyota.
I hear a cat. I think it's Sam's cat.
It's my cat. I'm sorry, you guys. His daddy
Oh,
just
it's
came
fine.
home, and he goes crazy when his daddy gets home. And since he's
Aw.
been going out into the garden and taking a shower and kind of walking past him, he's crying for him.
That's so cute.
Oh my gosh, he's obsessed with my husband. We've only had him for a few months, but he absolutely loves him.
That is so cute. He's already attached, like for a cat, especially, you know.
Yeah, so when you get me these days, you get the cat crying, especially if you're here when daddy comes home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So so they have Michael's, or not Michael's, they have the confession, right, of Stacey, which we had that where they've got so much video. This is the Lexus. That's not the Lexus, that's the Mercedes too, isn't it?
Yep, I think that's a Mercedes.
I've got the Lexus somewhere. It was a white one. Just trying to find it. That's very interesting that they got Betty out, cats. Same way, Simeon. The cats pick their humans. Yes, that's true. That's true.
They do.
They do pick their humans. And so they're trying to get all of this thrown out. That's the frustrating thing part, but that's what they do. That's what they do.
Yep.
You want to talk about that?
Are trying to get his first-degree murder and second-degree kidnapping charges taken away, and he says that he will plead guilty to the destruction of evidence. Make sense. The evidence that he destroyed that kept detectives from collecting the physical evidence, which would have then turned into forensic evidence, which I'm not sure that they were able to destroy it all, but the majority of it. But he will plead guilty for that, but not for kidnapping, not for the murder charges.
No.
He
No, boy,
admits
no.
to being in the truck, concealing Michael away from his family as he's in this duffel bag going to Kuna.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Blaming everybody else. That's all he wants to do is play victim. There's several other things that they have tried to throw out. They've tried to throw out this Thanksgiving letter that I just talked about. They want to toss out Stacey Wondra's FaceTime with his mother, claiming that she was coerced into doing this because detectives had been talking to her, telling her all of the evidence that they had against, well, not evidence, but things that they had against Stacey, where she would then in turn tell Stacey about, and then ultimately she's asked to talk to Stacey Wondra on a FaceTime and try to get him to talk about what happened, where he does. And yeah, getting that thrown out would be very good for the defense, because I'm telling you now, if a jury sees his mother talk, Stacey Wondra's going down, because she is a very, very kind Christian woman who begs her son, pleads with him to tell the truth over and over and over again, because she even knows that her son's a habitual liar. This mother adopted him, knowing that, later on finding out that he has fetal alcohol syndrome, all these mental disabilities, tries to do everything she can to help him. And then Stacey Wondra kills the family's cat. And that's the last straw. And she has to put him in a mental developmental facility in Montana, when I believe he was 14 years old at the time. And she's just done everything. She's very upset when Stacey Wondra tells her that Michael is dead. She cries, and she just, it's heartbreaking to see her talk to her son. It truly is.
Do you mind if I play this?
No.
And I think, let me see here.
I know it wasn't easy.
Oops, 1 second.
Sorry. I know you are, babe. I know.
She's just a loving person, you can tell.
Huh? Sweetheart? I know. You know. I know, babe. Everything. It's very important,
To be very honest, Stacey.
You have to take those off.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry.
You're sorry for yourself. I let you guys down. Why'd you let him down for, Stacey?
I know.
You know what I appreciate about her is she gives no excuses.
None.
And that is such a refreshing thing. She gives no excuses.
She tells him to be a man and do the right thing. And notice, there's no detectives in this. Nobody's telling him that he's got to say all of this to his mom. So he's not being coerced into doing anything. He's not given a false confession here. He is talking to his mom.
Yeah, I feel for her too. I mean, your son being a child unaliver.
I know you are. I would have never been caught in the middle of this if it wasn't for her. Sweetie, you have to take responsibility for your part, okay? No. You have to be a man.
Gotta be a man.
I'm being true to my word. I promised you, if you told the truth, okay? I'm right here. I'm just afraid of being you guys. Sweetie, I'm right here. I answered the phone. Take a deep breath.
Good woman.
I need you to do whatever you need to do, okay? To help. All right? The Bible tells us if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins. He's not going to take away the consequences, but he's going to forgive you because you know what, babe? You confessed. You confessed your part in it. But you have
Stace.
to be 100% honest with them. Okay?
She said you confessed.
Okay? All right. I'm right here, buddy. Okay. You want to talk about it? What? Just anything? Feel lighter.
Feels lighter.
Yeah. That's for the best, huh? Yeah. You've been carrying that burden for a while, haven't you? Yeah.
You're right, Ken.
To do with it. Huh? I don't want anything to do with it.
Then you shouldn't have done it.
Promise me you guys won't leave me if I have to go to prison for all my life. Sweetheart, I'm right here. I'm right here. Huh? I feel like God's not. Sweetheart, why did you do with me? I can't speak for him. Right now, we're just like, we're still processing everything.
Nobody, I feel like God's not listening or not with me. Nobody wants anything to do with me. Well, it's because you're a child killer. Maybe that's why, you dumb fuck.
I was hoping and praying that you were being honest with me, you know, but I knew in here, baby. I knew.
Now, tell me if a jury doesn't see this, if a jury sees this, just this, we're not talking about with the detectives or any confessions that he's done there. I would be like filing my nails as a jury. Like I wouldn't need much time. Wouldn't need much time for him.
Right.
What about you?
He called his mom the day after Michael was abducted and told her, without giving any detail, he told her, they're going to pin all of this on me. But didn't tell her what they were going to pin on him.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just going to be labeled as predator, man. What? I'm just going to be labeled as a predator everywhere I go.
You ain't going anywhere, fucker.
Evil person.
You are a predator.
Mm-hmm. They're trying, but they're not going.
I love you. Love you too. Where are you at right now? In my father. Are you by yourself? Yeah. Okay.
They had this plan that they were going to sell Michael. But you know, did they have any connections? Did they, Samantha?
I mean, between the four of them, they know well over 20 RSOs. Brandon Shurtleff and Adrian Lucian, not only DRUG trafficking, but also, excuse me for a second.
You're fine. I think, there was child registered S offenders right next to where Stacey lived.
Yes, but so many more. Not only ones that they lived with, hung out with. I connected Brandon Shurtleff and Adrian Lucian to well over a handful of them directly. Adrian Lucian knew the Pope twins out of Twin Falls, Idaho, whose mother was trafficked at a young age and then got into that kind of a business where her sons then also helped. There's recordings of them accusing Adrian Lucian, basically letting Adrian Lucian know, like, if you keep throwing our names out there, we're going to come after you. And Adrian Lucian went and stayed with the Pope twins' mom after Michael's abduction for a
Really?
short period of time.
I did not
And I
know
have
that.
those, yes, and I have those recordings. I've played them on my channel, and Adrian Lucian has been putting out ladies of the night for quite a long time. He tries to catfish women using different women's profile pictures to make money, scam men out of money by catfishing. We actually found one girl that wanted to talk in messages and just text back and forth the fact that while Adrian was in Fruitland right before and after Michael's abduction, he wanted to use her profile to catfish. She told him no, and then he proceeded to ask her if she would come make some money and be like somebody, the lady of the night kind of thing, you guys. And she told him no again, and then also said that he was acting very strange and unusual afterwards. And Adrian tries to say that he went to Fruitland, Idaho to get close to one of his sons, because he's got like 5 or 6 kids that he had never met before. And the fact of the matter is he met that son once the entire time he was there, and that's it.
He didn't give a shit about his son.
Because him and Sarah met on an app. They decided to come up with this plan, and he came to Idaho.
They were always scheming. They were always scheming of how to make the next buck.
Yeah, all 4 of them all the time. I mean, and look at all the different businesses that they had. And I think that they used their taxi business to, if you were to ask Stacey Wondra or Brandon Shirtliff or Sarah if Adrian ever drove their taxis, they would get so self-defensive. No, he never would. But in new court documents that came out, Stacey Wondra has now told the defense attorney, because they wrote it out in court documents, that he left his keys to his vehicle there at the house when he left and went to CUNA, basically trying to blame Adrian Lucian for being the one who kidnapped and murdered Michael Vaughan. And through talking, because I have talked many, many times, hours and hours and hours with Brandon Shirtliff, even interviewed him on my channel, and he finally admitted to the fact that Adrian Lucian did drive taxis. So were those taxis being used to do any of that kind of stuff for all of them to make money? I don't know. Can't prove it.
Nothing would surprise me.
But my gut's telling me that's what was going on.
Yep. Nothing would surprise me with those.
What did they say was going to happen now?
They were just going to go out and get.
They were what?
They're just going to go out and get Michael from where I told them they were. He was.
They're just going to go get Michael from where I told him he was. Now he's lying right there, or he may have thought Michael was still in the backyard.
Yeah, because it was his confession to detectives that started that excavation in November of 2022. I believe that Stacey Wondra thought that Michael was still in that backyard, that they were going to find him. He had told detectives everything because he wanted to make a deal. It was the same deal that was offered to his wife the month prior. And when he found out that she was offered a deal, he wanted to talk. He called law enforcement to come talk to him while he was in jail. The detectives didn't just go there to talk to Stacey.
Right there,
Stacey
Sam.
called them.
I think she's having a little connection trouble, but yeah, I think what she was going to say was he called the investigators to confess about this.
Yes. Multiple times.
Oh yeah, he wanted to get ahead of this. He wanted to get ahead of it. He thought, oh God, I better talk first or Sarah's going to get the deal.
Right, because Sarah was offered a deal, and when he found out about it is when he called detectives.
10 of them, Nana Rocks. 10 10 dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that if everything turns out what I said and matches, that they were gonna fight for me.
Thank you, Patty.
Okay. Baby, is Michael alive?
Sarah accidentally killed him.
That's really hard, but I want you to hear that again because, again, I want you to think. I mean, they're obviously trying to get this thrown out, but it's a direct question. There is no pressure there. He's talking to his mother. There is no detectives. She asked, Stacey, is Michael alive? And he goes, no. He said, shakes his head, and then he says, what happens to Michael?
Baby, is Michael alive?
Sarah accidentally killed him.
How?
Suffocation.
Thank you, Colleen.
They buried him in a duffel bag.
We buried him in a duffel bag. Sarah accidentally suffocated him.
He says that he witnessed Sarah and Adrian burying Michael in the backyard, and that Brandon stood by to be the lookout while they did it.
How was that an accident?
Exactly. Exactly. There is no accident. This woman, if you have a good mother or a good father or a good parental figure, whether your grandmother raised you, your aunt, your uncle, whoever, you are way more fortunate than you would ever know. And Stacey was given a great mother, and he is just a piece of shit because of his decisions.
Yeah. I feel so bad for her.
I do too.
Realize there was too much.
An accident. How was that an accident?
She didn't realize there was too much clothes on top of him.
Too much clothes on top of him.
Why did she take him?
He was duct taped.
Why did she take him? Did she take him or did you?
No, I didn't take him. It was her and Adrian.
Her and Adrian.
Where were you?
Sitting at home when they came walking in and Sarah was holding Mike.
Yeah. Can you imagine two people, that you live with coming home, kidnapping a child, and you're just like, oh, okay, let's just go with it.
Never tries to call 911.
Yeah.
Never tries to do anything. He just tries to deflect from the situation. And now he says that it was Sarah, Adrian, and Brandon that came into the house.
Wouldn't surprise me, but here's the thing. This mofo was hunting all day. All day.
They all were.
He knew, yeah, absolutely they all were, but he knew what they were all up to. Because he was looking at the splash pad earlier. But he wants to look like a little victim here.
BRANDI, Vaughan, and I both believe that Stacey Wondra is the one who kidnapped Michael. That's not in any court document or anything. I just think that the way he tries to deflect of not having anything to do with any of it is because he did this himself. I think that that's why he told his mom the day after Michael was abducted that they're going to pin it on him because he did this.
Interesting.
Why was she gonna do that? Why?
I think she wanted to try to appease me with here's a kid, like type of thing. Because we've been trying for so hard. And I looked at her and I said, what the heck are you doing? I said, this is not She goes, well, I just needed to make money. And I said, this is not how you do that.
You see how he just says two different things right there? He says, like, we tried for so long to like have a kid. Isn't that what he said?
I think so.
And then he says, then he talks about money. He goes from, we had tried so long to have a kid. And then she's like, well, we needed to make some money. Well,
Yeah, Sarah
you don't try to have kids and then try to sell them. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works.
What he's saying is that the reason Sarah took Michael was so that they could have a kid, and then he turns around and then says Sarah was going to sell him. So yeah,
right, yeah. I mean they're
can't do both.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do both. Exactly. I just want to play a little part again.
Attorney would tease me with the here's a kid, like type of thing, because we've been trying for so hard. And I looked at her and I said, what the heck are you doing? I said, this is not. She goes, well, I just needed to make money. And I said, this is not how you do that. Well, the goal with her was so she could make money. And she was going to split it with Adrian. And I was completely out of the loop with everything.
No, you weren't.
No, he wasn't.
How come you didn't say something?
I was scared too. I was scared. I knew. I told her. I said, you need to call the authorities. I said, you need to report this. This is not okay. And she goes, no, I'm not doing that.
Are you sure it was an accident?
It was an accidental suffocation.
How did Brandon get involved?
Brandon's house was used to store Michael overnight.
Are you going to cooperate with him and testify?
I would.
Okay. You have to stick to that, buddy, okay?
Well, he's not. Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna die in prison.
Yes.
I made him get myself killed. I'm gonna be able to see you again.
You're seeing me right now.
I don't have video chats in prison. Sorry, but I don't get to see you again.
You know what, sweetheart? You know what, sweetie? We're just gonna pray. God's gonna take care of you. But the main thing is you ask him for forgiveness. You've confessed your sins. You need to be honest about it. Like, seriously, confess everything, your whole part in it, no matter what that is, babe, no matter what. You understand? No matter what. You just be honest and you tell God.
This is what a real mother or father does. You may detest what your kid has did, but you don't lie for them. You don't lie for them.
Right.
I.e. Janie in the Jack and Lily case. Sorry.
Kay, Sarah Wandra's mom, Tina Mariel, Brandon Shirtliff's mom. In this case, they have both refused to give up information to detectives that they know. I believe that Sarah Wandra has even confessed to her mother.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to meet your maker one day too.
I mean, Kay, even to this day, is denying that she found that pink tricycle that Michael Vaughan was seen on when her and her husband were out for a walk. And Brandon Shirtliff's mom, she refuses to give up anything either.
Yeah, because they're pieces of shit. That's why.
I did find something new in the court documents because I went over here to look through to see what else we could talk about.
Uh-huh.
So when you're done with this video, we can pull up something new that hasn't been talked about.
Okay.
And he's going to forgive you. And then, you know what? No matter what happens after that, you just read your Bible, you pray, you talk to God, and he'll be with you, baby. He will. He will. And then you don't have to fear. You don't have to fear dying. Okay? Because you know what? We can't fix what happened. We can't fix any of that. But you can be different. And even if you have to be different in jail, okay? You can be different. And you don't have to be afraid of dying. Grandpa wasn't afraid of dying. And if you know Jesus and you've gotten forgiveness of your sins and he's in your heart, you'll get to see Grandpa. Okay? So no matter what, this is hard. It's going to be very hard. But you know what, baby? God has you, and he's not.
How many siblings does he have? She's got a lot of kids, doesn't she?
Many. He has several sisters. I'm not sure how many, but I know there's a lot. A lot. I want to say like
9?
5, 6.
I thought there was. Yeah, I always thought there was a lot. I knew there was
7,
a
8,
lot.
9. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of kids. And you know, she's obviously got a big heart to, you know, adopt and for years. So,
they put
what's
on a
up?
motion here recently so she could
Mhm.
come to zoom in on some of the stuff going on.
So what's up with the documents we're talking about here? You found?
Oh, I just saw, because I did not see this. It's the state's objection to the defendant's motion to dismiss. Should have a red new right next to it. It's like 7/7 of 2026.
Now say that again.
Am I cutting out again?
No, I didn't understand. I mean, you didn't cut out, but I didn't understand what you meant.
On 7/7/2026, it's the state's objection to defendant's motion to dismiss. So to dismiss the first-degree murder and the second-degree kidnapping, I guess the state objected to that, and it's just a
Oh, the state
it's a
objected.
short little thing, huh?
The state objected. Maybe I have that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in that long list of stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah. They tried to dismiss it just the other day, right?
It's been within the last few weeks. The motion to dismiss was filed on 6/26, so June 26th of 2026. And then just a week or so later, it looks like the state objected to the defendant's motion. It kind of goes into detail here. It says Michael Duke, Payette County prosecuting attorney, objects to the defendant's motion to dismiss. The defendant admitted to being present during the kidnapping and murder of the child victim. He added in transporting the child when he was still alive, as well as helped facilitate the cover-up. Joining a kidnapping late is not a defense to kidnapping and the murder that followed from it. The magistrate court appropriately bound the defendant over to district court, and found probable cause to send him to trial.
Yeah, there's just no way that this was going to be thrown out.
Right.
No way. Hope he gets a death penalty. Callie made a good comment because, like Callie said, it's really too bad his juvenile record won't be displayed in court as evidence of his character and history. He has always gotten in trouble, this POS.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got his felony pew charges. You have assault. You have, oh my gosh, he's done so much. There's robbery. Oh my gosh, there's so much with him.
He's
been at it for years and years.
I mean, since even when he was a minor.
Right.
Yeah. Even when he was a minor, he's always been in trouble. He doesn't have good impulse control, that's for sure.
Right. And then one of the other motions that were put in were the motions to suppress statements. So meaning all of Stacey Wondra's, confessions and everything to detectives, and statements to his mother, which is what we're watching here.
Was that denied?
It hasn't gone through yet. They have a hearing coming up. I believe it's the second week of August to go over all of the motions, or some of them. It's August 11th through the 13th.
I think it'll be denied. I assume they got dragged into this by them. Sarah told him for pew-pews. Told on him for pew-pews. Yeah, well, he was already I think a felon, and he couldn't have pew-pews.
Right. And he's trying to sell them too.
So dumb.
At a pawn shop.
It's
another one of the the things that they recently did. It's the second specific request for discovery. The defense is asking for all emails received by the tip email for findmichael@fruitland.org. So this is the Fruitland Police tip line, and they're requesting any and all emails from the day that Michael was abducted to current.
Yeah, well, because they don't really, in my opinion, have much of an argument, and they're going to say, like if there was a site, like they thought there was a sighting of Michael. Oh, well, did you investigate this really good? This could have been, that kind of shit they're going to do.
Right. They also are requesting discovery from the prosecutors for all evaluation by medical and forensic doctors that were referenced in court documents. So I guess the defense has said that there were doctors and stuff, medical people that had spoken with Stacey, so they're wanting those records too. And then is it?
Yep.
They're wanting stuff from including Chris Madonna and the Cold Case Foundation and evaluation referenced also in a phone call with Tammy Stacey's mom. So, yeah, they're trying to find out things, I think.
Yeah, Callie makes a good point. Come to think about it, Stacey was diagnosed with fetal alcohol syndrome when he was a child. If they are using diagnosis from when he was a child, why are they not able to put the rest of his medical records? Well, and why can't they put his criminal record from when he was a child too?
Right? That makes sense. Also, in my research with fetal alcohol syndrome, it has only been within recent years that they've really been able to determine whether a child has fetal alcohol syndrome. And years and years and years ago, there were people diagnosed with fetal alcohol syndrome, but it was very hard to come up with an accurate, diagnosis because it is so hard to prove.
He likes to talk about his explosive disorder or something like that.
Oh, yeah. He's got the explosive disorder. He named off all kinds of stuff with John Matthews.
Oh, I know.
Hidden True Crime.
Yep.
One of the other things that they're also asking is they're trying to find out whether or not they're trying to get all the search records to find out whether the judge that found probable cause to move to trial actually searched for Michael Vaughan. Because they think that he was in that neighborhood. They're saying he was in the neighborhood at that time. So was he out there searching?
They think the judge.
Yeah.
They're desperate. They're desperate.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They're desperate. Okay.
Not going to let you down. And all of the garbage that Sarah talked to you about, babe, that was not okay. Okay?
What do you mean? Garbage.
Garbage.
Sarah's a nut.
Remember when she called yelling, God said this, God said that?
Yeah.
When she got online and she started, quote, preaching, sweetheart, she's not speaking God's real truth. Okay? That's not God's real truth. What Lee and Lois, Grandma, Grandpa, and me, that's the truth. That's the truth, baby. Okay? I want you to take every single thing that Sarah said to you and throw it out the window. And know that the people that really love you, are here. Okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a tough one, babe.
Thank you, Linda.
But I'm gonna love you. My heart is so broken. It is. It's broken, baby. I don't think I've had my heart broken like this before. But I do love you. Okay? I do love you.
I love you too.
And do you realize, can't see, it takes a brave thing to tell the truth. It's a brave thing.
Yeah, you need to stick with it though.
Mm-hmm.
To admit you've made a mistake. Okay? Where you sent them, are they going to find him? Okay. Okay.
Hey, Dad.
Could you imagine what his mom thought when she found out that they didn't find Michael back there?
Yeah.
Did you talk to my dad about this?
No.
Whenever whenever they didn't find him, she probably thought, "Oh my God, now he's lying. He's lying again." But
Exactly.
I really don't think he knows where Michael is.
I don't either.
I think he's
I
the
think
only
that
one that
Sarah
doesn't
and
know.
Brandon knew that he was going to roll on them, and so they got rid of Michael.
Yeah, and they need to say where he's at. Maybe one of them will talk once they go to trial.
Well, Stacey Wondra wants to, testify against the others in court, and if they don't come forward here real quick, they're all going to go down by the word of Stacey Wondra.
Can you imagine Stacey Wondra? Brandon, Adrian, because y'all are out. Y'all are watching us right now. I know you are. You guys better tell where Michael's at. You better tell where Michael's at. You know where he's at.
Or at least come forward and talk about what happened. Let's not go off of the words of a habitual liar. Let's see if the truth is different. Come forward and talk to law enforcement and tell them your side of the entire story. Because some things we heard from Juanita Kelleher, the detective in Michael Vaughn's case, also is that Brandon Shurtleff told Juanita Kelleher that he owned a red Marlboro duffel bag and proceeded to ask Juanita Kelleher if they had found the red duffel bag. Who has balls that big to ask if you found it yet?
Yeah. I'll never forget when Josh and I asked Stacey about that duffel bag.
You guys had him so close to.
We had
So
him
close.
bent. We had him bent. And he's like, I watched Brandon put the clothes in the duffel bag or something like that, if I remember correctly. And like, come on now.
Well, they're talking about the clothes that they put in the duffel bag, and then they came up with the story that the reason why the clothes got put into the duffel bag was because Brandon had to wash clothes when they got to his mom's house. And in all actuality, the clothes got put on top of Michael Vaughn. Brandon, do you still have those clothes? Do you still wear those clothes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That you suffocated a 5-year-old little boy?
Because he ends
Brandon?
up doing laundry and taking a shower later that evening anyway.
Mm-hmm. Brandon, do you still see Michael when you close your eyes?
He went to live with his mother. How could he stay in that house knowing what he did with Michael Vaughn in that house? That he left them overnight in a duffel bag in that spare room. And when he goes and stays with his mother, he's staying in that room where he left Michael all night long to suffocate.
Yep. Went back to Fruitland, But didn't they go back to Fruitland and then didn't Sarah drive him back again?
Brandon Shurtleff did go back to the house that night. Don't know if he took a car over there or if Sarah took him back, but he makes a lot of slips. And we know he went back to that house that night. Could you imagine leaving a little boy in a duffel bag at your mother's house? Are you really not just going to go back there and stay there? You're just going to let him sit there overnight when his mom has housekeeping coming into the house, checking on the house and stuff while she's gone out of town?
Oh, I did not know that part.
Got paranoid. And there was also a huge altercation that night between Brandon and the other roommates in the house, and he just got mad and left.
Yeah, they were freaking out. Because when they came back, and they saw the massive surge. That's when I think that's when they really started shitting bricks.
Right? Heck, I just tell me. Just can't even imagine they brought Michael back to the Fruitland house the next day when they're all still out looking and searching for Michael.
That is just
crazy.
wild to me. Like, that is ballsy.
You know, Brandon Shirtliff said he saw Sarah and Stacey put the duffel bag with Michael in it into the crawl space, the basement of the Wondras home. That was another thing that Juanita Kelleher said that Brandon told her that I got to hear at the preliminary hearing.
Yeah.
Brandon,
I think he was under the crawl space for a few days.
I think he was there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because cadaver dogs don't hit in that backyard in November of 2021, and that's 4 months later.
Yeah.
Plus, we heard that there was a bunch in the FaceTime that Stacey Wondra has with Chris Madonna when he's FaceTiming Chris Madonna and Juanita Kelleher while they're there to look for Michael in the backyard.
That was the video
Chris
I released.
And Chris Madonna finds charcoal, a bunch of charcoal. Not your charcoal that you would use with a grill, but the kind of charcoal that you would use to like absorb an odor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you Google it, I mean, anybody here can Google it.
Yeah,
what do you use to get rid of the smell, a decomp, and the first thing that pops up is charcoal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you hear Brandon Shirtliff talk about the fact when he's on the JLR Investigates, his first interview that he ever did, he gets stuck on wanting to talk about the crawl space. And he talks about how the cats were going down into the crawl space, pissing and shitting down there. And that in itself can also deter dogs' scent.
Yeah, the urine.
You know?
The what is it? The ammonia.
Yes. That's in the cat urine. It is strong. It's so strong that women that are pregnant aren't even supposed to be changing a cat litter box. Yeah.
Yeah. With that, and they have a thing called toxoplasmosis.
Mm-hmm.
That cats can pass off. It's a parasite. It can affect your vision and stuff. Look at this.
Were you part of any Facebook groups?
All the time. Yeah, absolutely.
For Michael Vaughan?
No, I think I supported him, and I think one group that he was that was publicized, but I don't remember what that group was called. But
well,
yes,
I know.
I was in support of it.
I was in one Finding Michael.
I think that was it. Okay. Yeah, I tried to show all my love and support.
Mm-hmm.
Milk, gotcha. What do you mean? Oh, at the store? Milk. No, there was no milk brought home that night. We had milk in the fridge. We had like 1 or 2 gallons in there. We always kept milk in the fridge because that's my most favorite thing to drink, even to this day. I'll go through a gallon of milk in like 20 or 25 minutes.
Pause right here, Justin. I got something else to tell you.
Yep.
Something that we also learned is when Sarah and Brandon go to the store for the milk. This is in the probable cause affidavit. Mm-hmm. When they come back into the neighborhood, instead of going to their house, this is the night Michael Vaughan has been abducted. They drive in front of the Vaughan's house, and Sarah and Brandon make the decision to stop. And Sarah tells detectives that they stopped and they saw BRANDI Vaughan, the mother of Michael, standing outside sobbing because Michael is missing.
When the fucking kidnappers and murderers are feet away from her.
Exactly. Driving right by her house and pausing to watch her cry.
And that shows you they always go back. They always go back. They got to see what's going on.
Yep. Trying to find out, maybe they sat out there for a minute, or maybe they didn't. I don't know. But they sat out there long enough to watch BRANDI cry.
Nasty mofo.
We always kept milk in the fridge.
Let me find it.
questions. I don't have an answer to that. I do not remember.
Hold on.
Avoid questions. I don't have an answer to that. I do not remember. I do not believe it was on there. I believe it said that he disappeared at the night sometime.
You can tell he's lying.
He never said anything to me directly. Him and Sarah and Adrian all kept. I can't read what that question says.
Did anyone ask why Brandon was so detailed about the crawl space and why he even knew about it? Because you mentioned the crawl space, and this made me think of this.
Yes, the crawl space. I mean, JLR even tries to change the subject. So JLR is asking Brandon to describe the house, and he says, well, it's a 3-bedroom, blah, 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 with a crawl space. I mean, directly to the crawl space. And then when JLR tries to change the subject, he still stays affixed on talking about this crawl space.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because in his mind, he knows. And it's
He
all
wants
he
to
can
get ahead
think
of
about.
it. He wants to get ahead of it. It's just that simple. He wants to get ahead of it. Now listen to this.
The last part of it, crawl space and why, what? Because I look for vehicles sometimes. I was always curious about vehicles.
Yeah, a lot of people are confused about the timeline. I know it's been a few years, but I mean, how long were you in the house before you left to go tow the car?
I got home at 4, like I said, between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. And we left about 5:15 or 5:30 at night. So give or take an hour.
They left at 7:08 p.m. seen on CCTV camera, and at 3:30, his ass was parked, seen on CCTV camera at the splash pad.
Yep.
No, at least not. There was no other videos to show me in. The splash pad was the only video that they had.
Hello, Cricket.
That wasn't the only
Cricket said,
video.
why did Sarah have a voice come out by the house who was the little child? Because it sounds like Michael.
There was no little voice at the house.
Okay. Justin said, why were you all at the splash pad? You have no children. Do you mind telling the story again? People come in late, and some people are
That's
behind on
me.
chat.
I know. So I stopped at the splash pad about 1 to 10 in the
That's my other channel, J for A. And that's me asking that question.
afternoon because I had lost my chew. My chew had fell on the passenger side, far side of the floorboard, and I couldn't reach it. So I pulled into the splash pad really quick. It was the safest spot to park in. And I got out of the car, walked around the vehicle, grabbed my chew, walked back around and left.
No, you didn't.
Nope, not at all.
Did they splash pad or
Yeah,
leave?
that was recorded. Everything. They recorded the whole thing. It was on CCTV or whatever. I don't know what it's called. It's just neighborhood watch.
Oh, I got you.
You didn't even open
That
the
girl
door.
said, what did Sarah and Brandon do after the tow of the car that
They
evening?
went and looked for Michael.
They went and looked for
Tow the
Michael.
car.
No, they didn't have any specific. They said they had pictures of the truck leaving the neighborhood. Correct. And that was exactly at the time that I told you guys on here, between 5:30 and 6.
I think they left that house to go drive around and look to see what was going
was
on,
7.
is what I think. I don't think they ever got out of the car to search for Michael. Well, why would they?
Hell
They
no.
took him.
They didn't search for Michael. It was just an alibi, if anything. When was the last time Stacey saw Adrian the day prior to Michael's abduction?
Ow.
Adrian Lucian got out of Fruitland the 20th of August. He didn't stick
What-
around.
Oh, Adrian?
hmm
Yeah, he
Morning.
left.
Before Sarah took him to Boise to go see his kid.
Did you leave to go?
Major lie he told Brooks with this is old I've got here, but I was just pulling up stuff. Major lie of Stacey, he told Brooks with crime lines and lies, and myself, me, Sarah did indeed go into the house to use the bathroom, and on the way to the home when the rope snapped.
Right.
Okay.
There are several different versions of that. There are versions that were said that Sarah went in Stacey said that Sarah went in to go to the bathroom. Brandon Shirtliff told me that Stacey came into the house. In my opinion, I don't think that they just sat outside. I think they were all involved with taking Michael inside the house.
Oh, absolutely. Listen to this.
I'm having some trouble with the button. So I'm just curious. So did you and Sarah go into his mom's house with him when he like snuck in there?
No, Sarah stayed in the truck. I had to push Brandon's car out of the driveway.
See, he told me and Brooks that Sarah went in to use the bathroom. Her and Brandon just went in the house.
And he can't even push a lawnmower, so how is he pushing a car and hooking up a car?
Say that again, you broke up.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
How can he not mow the lawn, but then turn around and say he pushed the car?
Right.
To hook it up and everything, to go do that too.
He's a lion sack of garbage.
To back it out and to push it out into the street behind the truck so I can hook up the tow strap to it.
Okay. So he just went in with the duffel bag, kind of dropped it off,
put the laundry in the washer,
and
then put the laundry in the washer, got some new clothes.
And like we told him, we were like, Stacey, why would you drive an hour to put laundry in the house, to do laundry at his mom's house when you have a laundry service? You and your wife has a laundry service where you do other people's laundry, number one, and number two, you have a washer and dryer at your house. They knew where the cameras were, so it was easy for them to dodge being seen, which almost seems like premeditation right there. 1,000%.
Right.
1,000%.
Came out with the duffel bag.
And Brandon, in new court documents that came out by the defense, Stacey's saying that Sarah and Brandon avoided the camera, the doorbell cam at Brandon Shirtliff's mom's house to go in to the house. There's just so many different stories that Stacey Wondra gives. And then when it fits the defense and what he's trying to say, he just picks and chooses what story of Stacey Wondra's he wants to put in that particular court doc.
Yep.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Well, I'm chopping up a little bit. So he got the duffel bag. He came back out. He's not supposed to be at his mom's house. So
he's not supposed to be at his mom's house because Brandon would bring friends over that his mom didn't approve of. And, people would steal stuff from his mom and shit like that. So that's why. But she eventually knew that he was in the house, you know what I mean? But that's the only way Brandon could get in the house was going through the side of the house. And he did that multiple times.
Did he have a key or did he like go in through a window or?
No, he just went through the garage.
Oh, okay. He went through
the garage, the garage that goes out to the backyard.
And did Sarah go in?
No, Sarah stayed in the truck.
Okay, because didn't you earlier say she went in to pee?
Yes. You did. Yes, you did.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sarah went pee on the side. Sarah went pee on the side.
Yeah, and Lauren called him out. Lauren's not going to be confrontational with him, but she's trying to remind him, like, hey, but didn't you just say she went in to pee? He certainly did. He told me that. He told Brooks that. I think he even told maybe even Lauren that earlier.
The road when the tow strap broke, which we can cover.
Oh yeah, let's cover that too. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, if he like avoided these cameras, he went in and then he threw these clothes in the washing machine, but he didn't wait to like fully do the laundry.
His mom was in Arizona.
Oh, so when did he go back to finish up the laundry?
Sarah and Brandon went back the next day. Oh my God. So went back the next day to go finish his laundry, and they came back within a couple hours.
Notice how he says they came back in a couple hours. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it only takes like an hour and a half or a couple hours to get there and back.
Well, because they didn't get home back to Fruitland till after midnight, right?
Well, he's saying the next day, Brandon
Yeah,
and Sarah.
Well, I know, but here he says a couple hours, so I think
Oh,
Sarah
yeah.
took him back.
Well, no, if you rewind there, he said the next day, and it took a couple of hours for them to get there.
Is that
and
what I
back.
said it? Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I misheard that wrong. Okay.
Okay. We can go back.
He's such a
Ellie, do
pig.
you have any questions about the house, being in the house or anything? Because I was gonna maybe go to the brake fluid.
He's such a pig.
At Brandon's mom's house, you said Sarah used the bathroom. Did she walk in the front door, or how did she get in?
Through the garage.
Now, you just heard him deny it with Lauren just now. You just heard him a second ago say, no, Sarah didn't go in the house.
I know, and then you have Brandon Shurtleff saying that Stacey went into the house while he hooked up the toe. That's what he says. I mean, none of them want to put themselves in. Stacey and Brandon both are trying to avoid saying that they were in that house because they know what happened to Michael in that house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Listen
In
to
the
that.
front door, or how did she get in?
Through the garage.
Is it like one of those garage doors that you hit the button and the garage door comes up, or is it one of those like where you pull it up?
No, it was the garage door button.
Who had the garage door opener?
He knows the code to the little thing that's on the side of the garage that opens the garage door. The pin you put in. Code opener.
Is there any cameras on his mom's house?
Yeah, on the front, but it doesn't cover the. She went through the far side of the garage, and she only has cameras on the front of her door.
And that was the day that Michael was abducted.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's a big ass liar.
Wow. How come Brandon wasn't living with his mom?
Brandon burned a lot of bridges with his mom. Burned a lot. He stole from her, took from her.
No, it's this.
I mean, why didn't she use a bathroom at Brandon's mom's house?
She did.
Oh, okay.
Her bladder is ridiculous. I've never met somebody who has to pee as much as her.
Again, he said it. He said it there. Again, that she used the bathroom in the house.
Away from. Took the back road to Fruitland, the old highway from. I think it's called the Black Canyon Highway. I think. But we had stopped on the Eagle Road. I don't remember what road it was exactly, but we had stopped and pulled over for a second because the tow strap came undone. It snapped because Sarah jolted the truck and snapped the tow strap. So I had to, we had to pull over, and then I had to reattach or tie the tow strap back together. And then
Why do you think that they pulled over there? I mean, do you think it just because of the snap, or do you think that they was throwing away something?
I do believe that the tow strap broke.
Yeah,
and I
too.
know that Sarah Wondra had called somebody and was trying to get them to send her money for a tow, and actually said that she was going to be calling a tow truck company, and she was broke, and if she didn't find any money, Brandon and Stacey were going to leave her stranded on the side of the road. But I do believe that the tow strap broke, and I don't think that it took them very long, and I can't think of anything that they could have left. You know, something else that was in the court documents too was that a shovel was brought with them to Cuna in the back of the truck, which was new, that I'd never heard before. The one and only thing I think that they maybe could have discarded out there would have been a shovel, but I know they took dogs out there. I know that they searched that area out there where that tow was, and didn't find anything.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I think that they weren't going to tow the car until I don't think the plan was to kidnap a kid and then go tow the car. I think the plan was to take Michael to the house, and they thought, oh shit, well, we need an alibi. Let's go ahead and tow this car. And they just found a strap. And
well, yeah, there was a conversation Brandon Shurtleff told detectives about, that him and Stacey had talked and came up with this alibi to go to his mom's house and tow his car back.
Oh,
I think that alibi was created before they ever left Fruitland.
Oh, that's interesting. Premeditated.
Sarah, I think, used the restroom on the side of the road like she usually did when we had no access to a restroom, but then that was the only time we had stopped. Just had to put power steering fluid in.
Oh, this is when they're pulled over to kidnap Michael.
I wasn't even with them that night.
But this isn't where they kidnapped Michael.
What's that?
We all got it all wrong. They pulled over on 8th in Arizona because Michael Vaughan was screaming in the bed of the truck, and they wanted to check on him.
Sarah and Brandon, this is old notes. So Sarah and Brandon, according to Stacey, left on foot to go look for Michael on the evening of July 27, 2021 for a couple hours. According to Brandon, in another interview, he says that they used, I guess, a neighbor's typo there, truck to look for Michael. Stacey says, in his opinion, this is untrue. Brandon and Sarah get back from looking for Michael at about 12:30 a.m. Sarah and Brandon leave and go back to Brandon's mom's home at 9 a.m. to finish laundry. That's what they said back then.
Yeah. And we all assumed that the reason that they pulled over right there, because that's where Michael came up missing, was there on 8th in Arizona, 9th in Arizona. We all assumed that's what they stopped, but Michael was abducted before that, taken to their house, and they stopped on that corner of 8th in Arizona.
And Michael was so fucking close.
Yeah.
And they, the parents, nobody knew. Nobody knew. He was feet away from the house, 160 feet.
Yeah, if that. And could they have pulled over on 8th in Arizona? Because a couple of stories, of course, because you're hearing it from Stacey. Were they going to let Michael go? Had they changed their mind? Were they just going to stop right there and let him go? And then did they hear something that scared them? And then they just come up with the wild, put power steering fluid in is why we stopped there. Sarah Wondra says they stopped there because she needed to adjust the mirror. Brandon Shirtliff, when I interviewed him, said he got out of the vehicle and opened up the back to help Stacey put in the power steering fluid. It doesn't take two people to put in power steering fluid.
Well, see, he told me it just took him. I've got a clip of him saying that. Thank you,
exactly.
Hate you. Appreciate you.
And so the story about being on 8th in Arizona has changed so many times, but actually got a corroboration here of stories, because Stacey Wondra is now saying Brandon got out of the vehicle to check on Michael, and then you have Brandon talking on my panel saying that he got out of the vehicle and went to the back, and they both say they only stopped there for a minute. Well, how long does it take to get out of the car and check on Michael and get back in the car? A minute. You're not going to be there for forever. I have to take care of something real quick. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Yep.
Okay.
When I got back, they went to go look for Michael, and I was trying to get the car separated, detached from the truck.
Well, now, what time did you put the fluid in the truck?
Between 6 and 6:15.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. Brandi, she's in here. She's watching now. I'm sure Brandi's a good, bless her heart, she's a good friend of ours.
Yeah, Brandon said they were driving and getting milk.
No, they were on foot. They couldn't even exit the parking, the driveway. There was no car. I mean, they couldn't get the car out. And they never brought home milk that night, Christina.
Now, what about the water at your house? Because Brandon said he had to get his own water from his mother's house.
Yeah.
He's so stupid. He drank so much water at our house. He's lying to you guys.
Okay. Well, he put this on another interview.
He's stupid. He's lying, guys. Like, do not believe him at all. He is no.
All right. So that day you did a taxi run from Ontario to Boise.
Correct.
Now what? I mean, was she that way before Michael?
Sarah changed posting. Oh, this is when she was past. What is this?
Because they tried calling my mom and asking her if she thought I would have anything to do with it. She's like, absolutely not. And they told my mom that Stacey took a polygraph test and he passed, and Sarah and Brandon failed theirs. So they.
Oh, I've got some information for you, Justin. Pause it right there.
What's that? Yep.
In the court documents, Stacey Wondra passed his polygraph.
Really?
Really.
Isn't that interesting? Let me tell you something. These polygraphs. Let me tell you something. If Stacey Wondra passed his polygraph, and Daniel Martell and Don Wells, I don't have a fucking hope in history for a polygraph.
I mean, the biggest habitual liar I think I've ever seen in my life passed a polygraph. It didn't say anything about Brandon and Sarah taking one like he's trying to say here, but it did say in the court documents that he passed his polygraph. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, it is. It is. I have zilch. I have no hope in any of these in polygraphs at all. Hey, did Brandi just go live? Someone said Brandi just went live. If she did, I wanna.
Yeah, she might have just went live.
If she did,
it's 6 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock hers. Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and end it here then, my dear, and let me drop Brandi's live.
Oh my gosh, yes. Everybody go over to Brandi Neal Vaughan and check out Monkey Monday. She is going to be talking about Adrian Lucian tonight. And the information that she's going to be providing about him really shows his, oh, it's going down over there. You guys don't want to miss it. Adrian Lucian is a child predator, is all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just dropped it, and Mods just dropped it. Sam, you are the absolute best. I want you to know that you have been just an OG for Michael Vaughan and BRANDI and all. You know, I just appreciate you so much, my dear friend. I hope you know that. Guys, make sure you sub up to Missing PNW Crimes Revisited. Link for the replay crew is in the description, and I'm going to drop Samantha's channel again right there. Make sure you sub up. You do a lot of course, Michael Vaughan. Who else do you cover?
Kyron
Horman, yes.
Those are my two main guys. Those are my two main boys. I've just dig real deep, and it takes a lot of time to put information out there when you dive that deep. So
yeah, we get in the thick of it, don't we? We don't just pussyfoot around.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Justin, for contacting me today for, to do a live and stuff. Today is a busy day for Michael Joseph Vaughan. If you have any information, please call the tip line. The telephone number is 208-642-6006, or you can email findmichael@fruitland.org. No tip is too big or too small. Please let law enforcement decide whether or not your tip is credible. You can collect over $50,000 if your information brings a conclusion or finds Michael Vaughan, and you can also remain anonymous. Again, that telephone number is 208-642-6006, or you can email findmichael@fruitland.org.
Yes, and link is in the description for all that as well, for the replay crew as well. So thank you guys so very much. I'm going to head over to BRANDI's, and make sure you guys hit all. When you hit subscribe, make sure you got to hit the bell again and hit all, so that way you don't miss any notifications. Otherwise, YouTube will just notify you every once in a while that we're live or whatever. You got to make sure you hit all so you don't miss anything. Okay,
it's
guys.
It's been a great live. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. And justice for Michael Vaughan. And we pray that the 4 of these predators burn
in hell forever.
Yes, and ever. Amen. All right. Thanks, Sam. Good night, everyone. Much love. Bye-bye.